Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm going to be reviewing my next Tekton tool. The last one was about the Tekton long reach ratcheting wrenches. Today I'm going to be talking about their Hex Bit Set 3/8 inch drive. This is something I wanted because sometimes you need a little more torque with an Allen wrench, and sometimes it's quicker to use it on a wrench if you have the space. So I'm going to show you the kit that I got. It's actually this big red box back here, and I'm going to tell you the pros and cons and what I think about it. So let's get started. All right, so let's open up this Tekton case and show you the bit set. So this is the bit set. You have your standard up here and your metric down here. You have your standard length and your long length, and all of these are 3/8 inch drive or sockets. So let's get started with the pros and then we'll go into some cons. So pros, I would say the fact that this set is pretty comprehensive. It's definitely a plus that there's so many sizes here. The metric goes from a 3 to a 10. Technically there are missing some like half sizes in here that I know comes in like a normal Allen or Hex set. But we go from 3, 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and it's exact same for the standard length. Up here it goes from 8 to 3/8 for the standard and long sizes. So that is definitely a bonus. It's just comprehensive. Another bonus is just the fact that you can get this all from one place. I can't exactly say that the price is affordable, but it's maybe not as outrageous as maybe a high-end brand like Snap-on or Matco or something like that. So the benefit of having these long ones is if there's a recessed screw that requires an Allen head or hex head, whatever you want to call it, you can get this down in there without, you know, too many complications, because it's the same diameter all the way for, I can't tell you off the top of my head how many inches this is, but it's probably about 5 or 6 inches. Versus these shallow ones, you could just get a shallow set and then put an extension in here, but if there was a tight space or something like that, this would be limiting. So I do have more cons than pros for this. A couple of things that I wish was a little bit different for, you know, not exactly for the tools. The tools are what they are, and, you know, they'll obviously do the job. I can't give you a standpoint for longevity yet, but I don't use these a lot, but when you do need one, they're a whole lot more convenient than a regular Allen wrench. So to start, the cons would be this case. I guess I could start the cons with the price. So this set is about $85. I'll put it on the screen for sure, the exact cost, but I'm pretty sure it's right around $85. And it is a little high. It was a little high, but I was not totally against paying that price. But I think there's some ways to save money, and, you know, maybe they could have taken off some money by shipping it differently. This case is gigantic. Let me grab my tape measure real quick to kind of just put this in perspective. All right, so tape measure here. This case is about 18.25 inches in length. The width would be about 11.5 inches, and the depth is about 3.5 inches. So this case is obnoxiously large for all intents and purposes. If this would be such a waste of space putting this in your toolbox. My plan is to take out the shallow ones here, and I'm going to be ordering a socket rail, like a universal socket rail. Probably going to go with another one of the Westling ones. If you haven't seen those, I have a video on it. I'll link it at the end of the video and in the description. But these shallow ones are perfect. They'll just sit on a socket holder, and they'll fit in a toolbox. But these long ones here, you can't stand them up and put them in any normal toolbox. You might be able to put them in a tool cart or something like that, but with the overall length of these things being around, you know, they're all pretty much the same size, but all of them are around a little less than 6 inches. So you'd have to have a drawer that's 6.5 to 7 inches deep to stand these up. It would just be a waste. So my intent for these longer ones is to have some foam storage system or something like that where I can place them. So basically what I'll do is put them in some foam like this, and then I can go from there. And you can already see how much space I'm going to save. I don't need an inch of space at the bottom here, and this top piece here where these other ones sit won't be there, and these will be better suited in this format versus in here, because there's no way I'm going to put this in my toolbox. It's just it's too obnoxious. So to move on from there, that would save you a ton of space. I think they could save money by doing that and shipping them in a different format. This case is pretty obnoxious. So those are probably two of my biggest cons. Maybe a slight con for me is the fact that I would like to have had the option for maybe a 1/4 inch drive. You know, it's just one of those things where I'm kind of in between. I don't really like the idea of having mixed sets, but you can't exactly have sizes that go up this high and use a 1/4 inch drive. It's just not practical. But something like this, you can just see the diameter of this hex bit is just so much smaller than the socket. So it is what it is. I think that these will work fine. If you needed something that was smaller, you could just use a regular Allen wrench, which is my plan. So that's pretty much my justification for being okay with all 3/8 inch diameter drive. So I'd love to hear from you, your thoughts. If you know of any other sets out there that are like this. I tried looking at some online on Amazon and some other places to get an idea of what it would cost, because when I saw that these were $85, I was a little shocked. I could understand 50, maybe even 60. I just don't see the extra 85 there for the set. If you were to piece this together from a different manufacturer and get this many sizes, I guess you'd spend somewhere around the same amount of money, but I definitely think that Tekton could provide more value with shipping up the shipping. I mean, if you like this, if you like this, let me know. If you like this case, I just don't see it. I don't see the practicality of putting it in a toolbox. And I don't even see a practicality of putting this, like if you were a mobile technician or something like that, I don't see the practicality of this in a work truck, in a toolbox of any kind. It's just not there for me. But I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you have any questions about anything maybe I didn't cover or something like that, please let me know in the comments. Be happy to do my best to answer it. Yeah, I appreciate you watching. I have some more Tekton tools that I'm going to be reviewing. Keep an eye out for those videos. There'll probably be a link at the end of this video to some other ones. So keep an eye out for those. Thanks for watching.